Hey, today we're going to make some salsa. I don't usually do cooking on my videos, but I decided to try it. So first we're going to take a tomato. I'm going to show you how to cut everything. You can put it in kind of machine that you use to cut up your stuff with, but I'll show you how I do it, and then you can know how if you want to do it by hand. So first I take, and that's all I remove really, is this right here. That's all the waste I'm going to have. I like to use all of it. I'm going to cut one big tomato and one little tomato. Most recipes want you to use different kinds of tomato, especially like a big one and a little one, like a cherry or a grape tomato. It gives it different flavors, and that's what I've seen on a lot of recipes. Of course, you can use canned tomatoes if you need to. Right now it's summer, and I have lots of tomatoes from my garden. I also grow bell peppers and onions, so all that kind of equals salsa. Okay, so there's how we cut up the big tomatoes. The little tomatoes I take in half, and then I turn them halfway around and I quarter them. And then I go down the side here. About 2 or 3 cuts. Okay, that's what our tomatoes look like. Now, we're going to use a cup. Now, all of these measurements are just ones I used for mine. Of course, you can have it your way. If you want a little more tomato, a little more bell pepper. If you want to use a hot pepper and bell peppers, or just a hot pepper, that's good too. So I have some I've already done. I usually freeze this if I don't have it, and I keep a little bit in the refrigerator and then I freeze. There's our 1 cup of tomatoes. And or I freeze, if I don't have any bell peppers in the garden, I can freeze just the tomato, and then when I get a bell pepper or whatever else, and I can use it for spaghetti sauce or pizza sauce or whatever. But I'll usually cut them up. All right, now I'm taking this. That was a cup of tomatoes. I usually do about 1/2 cup of bell pepper. I just half this pepper. And I just take the seeds out. And then I cut it lengthwise. Then I take the length and I turn it this way. Cut it like that. I've been doing this for a long time, so this just seems like the easiest way. You probably have your own way of doing it. Do you know bell peppers have more vitamin C in them than an orange? And I love them. And I like a lot of fruit. It's kind of funny that that's the vegetable I like, because it kind of has some of the same things another fruit would have in it. All right, and we're going to take and do 1/2 cup of the bell pepper, because I like bell pepper. Like I said, you could put a different pepper in there. Oh, this ended up being about 1/2. Yeah. Okay. So we got that in there. Let's mix it up. And I do use all the juice I can get in there. I like having the juice. I might even put a little more bell pepper in there, but I think that's all right for now. Okay, now we're going to do the onion. I had these little onions from my garden, so I peeled one. I've already used 1/2 of one. This ends up being about 1/8 of a cup. spoon. I measured out the other half, so I know that's an 1/8 of a cup. We'll put that in there. Go ahead and put all this good juice in there. Stir it up a little bit. All right, now we're going to do garlic. Okay, you cut garlic about the same you do the onion, but what I do is I use this jar garlic, and we're going to put about a teaspoon full in here, maybe a little more. We like garlic around here. So there, garlic in there. All right, now I'm going to take this taco seasoning, or you could just use cumin, whatever you have. You could have a little packet of that to dry off my spoon. Okay, so I'm going to use about a good tablespoon of this. Okay. Now, one more thing. We're going to do either you take your lime, roll it around good, half it, squeeze it in there, or I like to use this lime juice. It's always ready in the refrigerator, and it lasts forever, and you can make lots of things with it. So I put about a tablespoon of this. Now, okay. And of course you have to do a taste test to see if you like it. I put salt, just cover the top with salt a little bit there, just like you're salting something kind of heavy. A heavy salting on just the top, and then you mix it up. The juices help mix all that together. Now, if you like it a little bit sweeter, you can put maybe a tablespoon of sugar and try it and see if you like it. I don't put sugar in mine. All right, so we're going to try this. I like to try to get one of each everything on my first chip to try it. That's good stuff and good for you. Now, some people cook theirs. You could cook this if you wanted to. I would cook it and then add the lime, I think. Put everything in it and cook it down a little bit if you wanted to, and then add your lime. I think that's how I would do it if I cooked it. I have cooked it before. That's the way I used to do it. And then I got to thinking, well, I don't really need to cook it. And this tastes so much fresher. So I hope you enjoy your salsa. Now I'm going to do a refreshing drink from my garden. I have some mint here. You can use, I wouldn't use peppermint. You can use spearmint or any of the other kind of mints. And you can also use a tea bag that is mint. So here we go. We're going to put this in here. I did 4 cups of water, and we're going to turn this on and let it boil, come to a boil, and let it just come to a boil, and then let it sit for a while and make the tea like you do when you're making tea. I did put one, leave one out to garnish the drink. So we just have to wait for the mint to make the mint tea. That's our first ingredient in our mocktail. So I ended up keeping the mint not boiling, but just the hottest it can be without boiling, for about 5 to 10 minutes to get the amount of mint flavor I wanted in it. So now we're going to, well, first I'm going to put the sugar in there. You can put the sugar in later, or you can put it in now. I'll put some in now while it's hot. And we can pull out our mint leaves. And this taste of this is all your choice. There we go. Yeah, I put ice in my glass because I don't want, this is a glass, I don't want it to break. So I'm going to pour it over the ice. There. Now, I've been rolling this on a hard surface, this lime. You can either use the lime in a bottle, lime juice, or you can use a lime. And I'm going to put a quarter to a half of a lime in here. Can give it a little taste. I think I'm going to need just a little more sugar. Maybe like a teaspoon more sugar. Maybe a little lime. So this is going more toward a half now of the lime. Just depends on what you like. It's very refreshing if you're hot. Oh, it just lifts you right up. You can put a little garnish on it. Perfect. So refreshing. So enjoy your lemon mint mocktail on the porch or by the pool.